Hello, everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk It Over. If this is your first time with us, my name is Monica Brinkman, and I'll be one of the co-hosts today. Of course, we have my wonderful co-host, Mr. Kenneth Weene, with us. And that almost didn't happen, but that's a whole other story. You might notice that there are two gentlemen sitting here with us, and I'm very proud and honored to present Joe Symes and Colin White. To those of you who have not seen any of our shows before when we have featured them, because I'm telling you, it's been a long journey, but things are just seeming to go so well for these gentlemen. And we're going to talk a little bit about that, and a little bit about their music, and a little bit about them. Hi guys, how's it going?
Hello.
Oh, good. When you said two gentlemen, I thought you meant them on the wall.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
These guys aren't gentlemen, they're good, honest, down-to-earth blokes.
at least they're not in Playboy.
I don't even think they have Playboy anymore, though.
You never know.
I think it still exists.
Yeah, the world's changed a little bit since those days, but
Definitely. Jesus Christ, yeah, definitely. Oh, am I allowed to say Jesus Christ? I was just checking that, you know what I mean?
It could be worse. It could be worse.
exactly. Those are beautiful, though. And who did those wonderful pictures? Yeah.
You know, besides writing songs like a lunatic and staying up all night with eyes like that and doing paintings, like, yeah, like.
You know what, Joe? I'm an artist also, and the hours that we have are just unpredictable. And then you take that along with you're doing gigs and writing music and studio time. Crazy,
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, and besides, you know, all the other things that come with that, but I won't talk about that. Like, you know, it's just like, oh God, leave me alone sometimes. But, you know, other than that, we're doing okay, you know.
It's cold outside, but it's nice and warm in here.
It's really freezing outside.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Is it freezing where you are?
Yeah.
It's cold.
I got on my car. I thought I'd been dipped in starch.
Yeah, pretty cold. Anyway, I don't know how many people realize that Joe Symes and the Loving Kind has been writing wonderful music for years, and they keep stepping it up. And one of the things bothers me is they try to put music into categories. And your music is something that I can't really fit into an exact one. I mean, you're not pop, you're not rock, you're kind of like the Mercy beat, but modern. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, you turn around and say you can't put it into categories. At least you're not putting it in the bin.
That's true.
Which is a good thing for us, to be honest with you. But it's a nice variety of songs. That's what we put it down to.
You're not actually the first people to say that it was Mersey beat. A friend of ours from Boston, who we did an interview for a couple of months ago, said, "Oh, did you enjoy the EP?" He went, "Yeah, man, it's Mersey beat." But so now, so that's that works for us.
It's part of it, though.
Yeah.
That's what it's so
Monica, I think you're missing it. I having followed these guys all these years, you know, they are Joe Symes and the Loving Kind, and there will be people down the road who will be compared to these guys. They're going to become the category.
That's nice.
No, the music is that way. It's something that when people hear it, they know it's you. Yeah. And that is a sign of great musicians.
Yeah, I think we have we do have our own sound, to be honest with you. if you listen to past music, that like the first album was like a very different mix of songs, and then we put a double A-sided single out, and then we put a second album out, which was a real rocker.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, with that second album, I mean, that could have been recorded totally different, but we just wanted to go a bit heavier.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, and like then we put the EP out, which is real sugar-coated pop. You know, very jangly. It's been like recent like reviews of it's been like it sounds like the Beatles and the Byrds and you know and
Yes.
stuff like that. But the new album we're doing, we've been in the studio last week. This is going to be something else. It's like it's so the variety of it. You know, you're talking really big string sections on it and all that and stuff.
I love it. Yeah, that's what Emerson, Lake and Palmer used to do all the time, and
a lot of trombone stuff, and you know, pianos and Burt Bacharach and the Beatles, and you know, even though we do hark on about that a bit, but there's bits taken from each of it, and we basically put it in the blender to see what it tastes like, and it tastes a lot sweeter.
The one particular song that we put strings on, we kind of knew we were going to put strings on it anyway. There might be, all in all, there'll probably be about 3 songs with there'll be some string sections on. But we made a start on one of them, putting the string arrangement on the other day. And, you know, the song was great anyway, just, you know, and it's an up-tempo song and everything. But once we put the strings on it, we were sitting there and we kind of went, you know, oh, that's what it sounds like, and it's really nice. It's really nice.
Exactly what it needed. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Alan sat there and he said, Alan, our bass player, Alan Welsh, he said, oh, it was something like, oh, you know, when you start putting strings on things, it's like a whole new avenue of like sort of arrangements and stuff and all,
yes.
Like and texturing and stuff and all. So when we put it on, it was really, really good. And there's some more to go on it because we've been listening obviously the past few days, but obviously now all the drums are down now, and all the I'd say all the basic rhythm tracks are down. So all of the heavy overdubs are starting now and all that. But to actually listen, and we put it on a CD, to actually listen to the whole thing, you know, in its rough form from start to finish, and get an idea of the whole, you know, the track listing and the order of the album is going to be. It's going to be pretty special. It's going to be.
Do you name yet?
One of you two guys.
Yes, we have.
Which one of you two guys is the cook, the chef? Because when you talk about music, I feel like I'm listening to Gordon Ramsay or somebody like that talking about cooking, depth of flavor and textures and.
However, unlike Gordon Ramsay, you're not going to start sitting here shouting and yelling at you. Do it again!
I know. He's really a softie underneath it all, though.
I'll tell you what, Ken, my egg on toast is better than Gordon Ramsay's. But I was saying, like, the rest of it now is like, you know, it's like, I've got to take it in that direction. Because they've done their bits. So I'm sitting there last week, the string section's going, I'm like, well, yeah, just, and they're like, oh yeah, no, and I'm like, we know what you're on about now, and I'm like, yeah, go away.
because that's our way of doing it in our own little way, because we're not classically trained writing it down.
I can't write music. I just hear it, and like, you know, it's like a song. It's like one of the songs from the first album that we got called "Love Is the Reason." Mm-hmm. We had the quartet on it. I had to get my acoustic guitar and to the cello player and hold it up and go, yeah, play that. And she looked at me going, I went, yeah, that's it, just do that. And I went into the string quartet and I said, look, go, dun, dun. I said, try and imagine like a day in the life. But it declines to that and can't go no further, and it just stops. And then, you know, a cello comes back. But I had to do that just by, with my fingers, and like going, ah, 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 ah. And the look at me as if I was insane. And I was just going like, duh. But when you listen to it, you go, wow. You know, so in my...
Once everything's together, it's outstanding.
In my sort of primitive like way of arranging things, it gets done. Even if it's like writing dots and lines or piece of I want it to go like that, I can hear it. And it's like, you know, but it gets done. So the bulk of the rest of the thing now is mainly going to be on me, with suggestions from the band members, you know, naturally, of course. But I've got to sort of go, right, okay, yeah, so here's the piano on the side, I've got pianos and that, and like, you're going over and listening to it, it's like sometimes 2 in the morning, 3 making notes.
Or later.
Or sometimes I'm drunk and I'll leave voicemails on their phones going, listen to that, I'm playing bits of guitar and all that, and it's all like, you know that I'm totally drunk.
Getting messages saying, it needs an Indian harp. Indian harp.
It needs that thing on it that's on Strawberry Fields. What's that instrument going for?
You can hear that.
Yeah.
You hear what, in your head, what you want to hear here.
Yeah.
And it's getting that down.
Yeah.
We have to remind our listeners is that they get to hear it when they buy your music.
Yeah.
We want to get that in there, folks.
Yes. You know, this would be an excellent.
Geniuses, but the rest of us get to share in the genius because here is their music.
You get the best bit, Ken. You get the easy bit. You just got to put it on and listen to it.
Yeah.
I've got like a lunatic pulling my hair up, going that note's out, and like, you know, it's no and all that, and say, you know, but you know.
Do you ever get sick of practicing a song and say, oh my gosh, I wish we would just get this, that one thing that's missing?
Well, it's a DP. It's exactly the way there's 3 tracks on the EP that I envisaged the way to go. And the 3rd track, It's All Make Believe, that was just rehearsed.
Yes.
When we got in the studio, I only had a bit of guitar parts. So some bits I done right off the cuff, and I was like, "All right, yeah, great, that's it." And some things are just, you know, that's it. It's like we've got one new song on the album, and it comes in with a building guitar riff, and the song, it comes at you like it's played backwards and it hits you, and it's like, and it's really, you have to hear it.
You have to do it.
Yeah. Backwards guitars. We use some backwards guitars, and we like backwards guitars.
Backwards guitars, tape loops. That's it. Just like, you know, when you hear it, I mean, the best thing that we've had from the feedback from the EP is everyone said, I can't stop listening to it. That was the first thing.
Because they hear something new.
Yeah. The second thing was everyone likes a different track. If everyone liked the same track, we'd be in trouble. So it's like everyone's like, oh, I prefer the last track, oh, I prefer the first one, oh, I like that, you know, and it shows that, like, you know, we're not on to another role again, that's it. Not everyone just likes the first song, it's like, you know what I mean? That's it. You know, like, with this new album, it's it. You just you're gonna have to listen when you're there, you're gonna go, wow.
Well, I can't wait. What is the name? Again, have you named your?
We have named it.
We have named it, but we're keeping some.
All will be.
Oh, I can't wait, guys! This is going to be released next year, correct?
Yeah. Over the next few months, we'll be revealing a little bit of more details. You know, you don't give too much away. But speaking of the string sections, there's something we're working on and all that. Now that we've got a lot of it down, luckily now it's all properly written down. Mm-hmm. So all of our sort of like, it goes like in our own little sort of interpretations. Now it has been written down. So obviously when we do go to perform it live, and if we did get the string section to play it live, it'd be okay. Here it is now. Play that.
I think to be honest with you, I think the album will be out a lot sooner than what we think. because there's some songs on there that don't need much doing to them, in my opinion. If they say otherwise,
late spring, early summer. Because
well, when you release this, you have to come back so we can give them a sample.
Oh, definitely. I mean, all the artwork for the album's been done.
Yeah.
The artwork, there's some very interesting pictures going to be in it. I'll tell you that, you'll be like, whoa, doesn't he look different?
Yeah.
It's one of them.
So we're going to be a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
Now, of course, folks, for those of you who are listening and we're whetting your appetite, down below, Monica, in the description of the show, Monica posts links. So you want to get onto that link to buy the already existing music. But then I'm going to ask you guys, be sure as you release new stuff, like if you release, when you release the name or you release a purchase link, let us know so that Monica can add that into the description.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when the album's done, we'll send you copies over by CD anyway.
Sounds good.
You usually get your copies as normal.
But
know that, but you guys have been great.
I'm excited about your new album, but I also I'm excited about the music that you've done for years. From your first album to this last one that was released, excellent, different, all of them a little bit different. And that's what I like, that you are not afraid to try new things and see what it sounds like. It doesn't work, fine, right?
That's right.
We always want to do that. If we were doing the same thing on every release, we'd get bored. I think everyone else would get bored. We always want, it's like there was an idea that we tried. I won't say what it is, but there was an idea that was suggested on one of the new songs. And we went, well, what do you think about that? And I think I came around and said, it's great, it does work, but we've definitely got to use it because we haven't done this little idea before, so it stays and it does work. We haven't just kept it for the sake of it. We tried it. It was different. We never done it before, but it worked. So it all kind of worked out fine. So we always want to do different things and try out different things. If we've never done it before, we'll do it.
Plus the fact on this new album, after the last track finishes, there's a hidden track.
Wow! Oh, I love that. And that's not an easy thing to do.
There was one thing I had to ask you, Monica. I don't know whether Ken's got our first album. Do you know there's a hidden track on the first album?
I suspected that. I heard undertones.
After the last track, you let it run for 15 seconds, and then a little piece of music comes on.
Yes, I remember that now.
Yeah.
Actually, I did know that.
And
I loved it. I loved it.
I remember it. I don't remember. I would not have called it a hidden track.
It wasn't a hidden track.
Because I'm just sitting there listening.
It was very silly, but it had to be done.
Oh, it was great. That was silly.
That was our Monty Python moment.
Yeah.
That was our Monty Python moment. We had to put that in.
Have more of those. I love them. People need to have fun in life also,
Yeah, we do, yeah. Considering what we've just been through,
I think you guys have defined two of the reasons why you have stayed together. So many musical groups don't last because of the tension. But you guys, you have two things that other people, I think, often lack. One is a willingness to change, to grow, to experiment, to try things. And the other is that you've got this bloody great sense of humor.
I'm getting off to that. See you later.
And first and foremost, we respect each other.
Yeah.
That
means a lot. I mean, look, how many bands or, groups do you know who stay together that long and are able to work together?
Not that many.
Yeah. And that's what ruins a lot of them because they're not, they don't understand that it takes a while. You can't, unless, you're fortunate one in a zillion who just, somebody says, oh yeah, I want them and invest a lot of money in them. It takes a while to get known. And you're starting to get known so much more around the world.
Yeah.
And that's a wonderful thing.
we do it because we love doing it. We're in control of what we do. You know, we've got our own record label. We do our own tours, everything and all that. We don't answer to no one. If someone wants to come on board and want like, oh, you know, then, you know, you jump to our tune. We're not going to be like, oh, like, you know, little puppets on a string, or we don't know what we're doing and all that. You know, if you want us, then like, we tell you what to do. It's like why the Beatles formed Apple Records, simple as, to be in control and have all their own money.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's exactly why we formed our own label and film company and whatever and all that, you know, and everything belongs to us.
It's the way, it's so smart.
As you become more famous, are you guys going to add other groups to your label?
We haven't really thought about it, to be honest, because we've been...
To be honest with you, we get that many emails from, and we have had from bands and solo artists saying, like, do you want to sound like that? And it's like, well, you know, we're only concentrating on one band at the moment, you know, and that's that. But maybe in the future, you never ever know, you know.
Yeah.
We might, you know, we might do like the Beatles did with Apple and sign all kinds of bands and all that. And, you know, and have a, you know, Hell's Angels turn up at the doorstep.
Yeah.
I know.
Not wanting to leave the offices.
I know memories of those times. It's crazy. Well, gosh. So you're doing quite a few gigs and such again now, aren't you? After all this COVID mess we went through.
Well, yeah, this year's been the first full year that we've been, you know, we did a couple late last year. That was just to get back into the roll of things and everything. But it's been as of this year that we've really, you know, like done the full schedule again, because the EP came out in March. And we've been promoting that, and we've been playing all around the country and doing all promo all over the world, festivals
and magazines, and
we've been continuing the HMV stores as well. So now the EP is out in a good proportion of the HMV stores in the northwest of England, which is which is nice, and they've been really enjoyable because we've never done those before. So that's been really good as well. So it's been a nice productive year, a nice fresh year, with a new release after all that, to get back to business and carry on. And then not long after the EP was released, we just jumped right in to start recording the next album, because we had all of these other songs there. We thought, right, there's the next album, to get that out there for next year. So, you know, to sort of quickly, you know, keep on things. That'll continue for next year too. Yeah.
I mean, it's great the fact that, like, you know, we can just, you go into a record shop and there's our records in the shop.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah.
I know.
So,
You've come a long way from the very beginning. And I'm so glad that we met you and got to introduce you to the viewers and such, and to spread the news. But I mean, Ken, we're from even different generations, but you like the music. I love the music. I know younger people who love the music. It's one of those that it really isn't an age group.
I play it for my grandkids when I get to, and they love it.
That's good.
Get them a t-shirt, Ken. You need
good.
a t-shirt, mate.
That's good.
We've got a t-shirt on the website for all sizes. Go buy a t-shirt for them.
Yeah. Now, you post on your website any gigs that you have, or any TV shows that you're on, and those type of things, right? Or interviews also.
It's all everything that we do, no matter if it be for radio sessions like this, or views, or everything, the whole thing. It's all relevant. It all goes to the website and all the social media too. Everything we do is on there, because it's nice to be active, not regardless of whether it be a gig or a session or a recording session or an interview or whatever. You know, it's all relevant. You know,
or even a picture.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah. I put up a picture a couple weeks back with playing me 12-string Rickenbacker.
And you also have two Facebook pages. One that's UK and one is the United States, correct?
Yes.
That you set up. Yeah.
Yes. Well, Kerry set it up, actually. Yeah.
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 But you could visit either one, and it would still be well worth it. I mean, go ahead, become friends with the guys. You know, get to know them a little bit.
What you're seeing here, the way we're interacting with Joe and Colin, that's them. I mean, these are real blokes. That's what I can't get over, folks. They are real guys. They're talented in many ways. You know that. Yeah, Joe is.
I can get that in.
Colin writes.
Anyone want a painting too? Let me know.
Yeah.
I've just done 2 paintings which have gone over to America.
And you know, you go to their website and you find things like T-shirts and music, but also it's fun. I mean,
Buy some T-shirts, yeah.
Yeah. Today I'm wearing my Support of Ukraine T-shirt.
Next one, put a support of the band one, Ken. And that'll be hunky for funky and loose as a goose.
Oh God, I love it. We all need to laugh.
It's a thing about us. I mean, you know, I don't take myself serious. I just go, look, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. You know, I just write songs and that's it. And I'm not going to be like, oh God, my song,
Well, that person didn't like. Yeah, I think, you know, just like art, music is kind of a personal thing to each person, and not everyone's gonna like every song, you know.
Absolutely.
But I've loved all your songs, so I mean, that doesn't normally happen.
I mean, not everyone likes fish and chips every night. No, not everyone likes going home to the wife or the husbands every night, but they got to do
it. Right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could get some decent fish and chips here.
You should taste them over here. Once you eat the chips over here, you got no teeth left.
Yeah. All the salt and the vinegar.
Yes, that's one thing. I went to Canada, and they had put vinegar on their French fries and everything. Also, it was different. I didn't hate it. You know?
I've had fish and chips in England, and you know,
yeah.
I have to say I like it. I like it better than with ketchup.
Oh, I don't like
that. Yeah. Fish and chips and a cup of tea. That's proper British.
Yes, I wish more Americans would drink tea.
But also, that's proper Scouse as well. You come over and say, like, get some fish and chips and a pot of tea on the go.
Mm.
Okay, now you're making me hungry. No. I've had fish and chips tonight. That's all there is to it.
Get fish and chips and think of Liverpool.
So you doing anything special before the holidays? Anything booked or?
Back in the studio.
Back in the studio, yeah.
A few weeks time, yeah.
Back in the studio and then like just get drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can see why, yeah. It's a great time. I mean,
myself personally, I mean, like, you know, I'll be celebrating Christmas as we always do and stuff and all that, but I mean, there's still work to do on the album. It doesn't stop. You know, even after we've done a rehearsal or played a gig, we're back on the phones, we're answering emails, there's like thanking people for radio play and stuff and all that, and like that. You know, so it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop at all. I never switch my phone off. My phone's on 24/7.
Yeah.
As soon as I wake up, I'm like,
what you have to deal with, yeah, immediately.
It's just one of them, but it's got to be done because, you know, as I said, we're in control of what we're doing. We've got to do it. Everything we've done up to now has been done by us. We've not basically bowed down to people to do that. It's all been on the back and the strength of the music. And that's why we're in control of what we do. And we're our own bosses and don't answer to no one. You know, we are Roll Corps.
Yeah.
Well, you're the real deal.
You know, what's amazing to me is you guys, at some point, Colin, I know you like to write. You really ought to write a little bit of a history, not a little bit, one, you know, book about how you guys have done this. Because I don't know about in England, but I imagine it's the same there and, you know, the rest of Great Britain. as it is here in the States and up in Canada, there are kids in high school, college, sometimes even younger than high school, and they're talking to themselves about they want to be a band, they want to have a band, and they have not a clue what it really means.
Yeah, they're taken advantage of so many times.
And you guys are really extraordinary because you personify the success of doing that. You have made your own band, brought it along, like you said, never bowed down to anybody. Although I assume that when you get your knighthood, you'll curtsy properly. I love that. Yeah.
If it was 50 years ago, yeah, but I don't love one now. So basically, you're asking me to write the young person's guide to starting a band.
Well, a young person, but really more of a memoir of how you guys have done it, so they can, so they can understand
your journey,
what you've done.
I was at Harrods, I
wanted somebody else to write it, because if we wrote our own biography, it'd be a bit biased towards ourselves. And,
but that's what memoir writing is. I mean, I'm very big on memoir writing right now because I just had a memoir out that I co-wrote with somebody. But, it really, it's a wonderful form because that's what we learn from. If you create a good memoir of what you've done and your lesson, then the person who reads it can come away and grow. And if we grow from others' experience, that's great.
Yeah, that's true, Ken. There was one a friend of ours, he runs Jamazine in Chicago, Ryan Martin, and he made a really great quote, and we still use this. It's like, if you're thinking about starting a band, this is how to do it, and it's us, and being in a band is it's great, and you get in the room and like you play live, and it's like it's adrenaline, and it's like, especially when you go with new material, and it's like, wow, it didn't sound like this, and it's like, and when you're on the stage and what you're playing out front is coming back at you as well, and it's like it's like you're on another planet. It's like Pete Townsend said, like he'd be on the stage, and Abby Hoffman walked on when he was doing Woodstock, and he boosted him between the legs. He said, like, I don't know what I'm doing because I'm that into it. That's what it's like being on the stage. You get so into it, and so, it's like, you feel 20 foot tall, you're like, what? You're like that. And, it's dealing with people's personalities as well. It's like, some people want to come into like a band and like, they want everything on a plate for them, and it's like, they're not prepared to work for it, and they're like, oh, this, and that. And and stuff like that. Well, I mean, we had a couple of different members in the band, but really, to be honest with you, they were just session people because I wrote the parts anyway. Alan, who's in the band now, me and Alan have been mates a long time before I met Colin. Mm-hmm. So Alan, when I said to Alan he wanted to come in with us, it was like he'd never been away. It was like he'd gone on holiday.
Isn't that something? Tell us a little bit about him. Being he isn't here.
What was that, Monica? I didn't hear that.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your third band member?
Yeah, you couldn't join us today.
He makes lousy tea. He never gets a drinking at the bar. He's always got off from it's his rounds. No, he's great. He plays for the song. It's like Colin plays for the song. There's no like, oh, look at my 12-minute bass solo. It's like, and we can suggest a lot of things to each other. If I've got an idea, I'll go, yeah. And, I can play bass as well. And I can, I can be John Emerson when I want to be, or Paul McCartney. Yeah. Flat, It's like Colin can be Keith Moon when he wants to be. But, it's like, the chemistry is great because there's no egos. Mm. There's no like, yes. this is my band, there's none of that. It's,
Because you realize something that most don't. Even though, let's say that you've got the most magnificent vocals and writing skills, and without the chemistry and the input from Colin and Alan,
Yeah.
it's not going to sound the same. It's not going to be Joe Symes and the Loving Kind. It's
No.
going to turn into something different.
No,
You know, or vice versa, if we concentrated on just the, Colin without bringing all of it together.
It's a marriage. And
Yes.
Essentially,
It's
it's
like
like the whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts.
I'm getting a divorce now.
Yeah. But the funny thing is because me and Joe started the band, and like Alan's kind of coming and all, to quote the Spinal Tap thing, it's like he's like the lukewarm water between me and Joe. But you did tell him once, he thought it was absolutely hilarious. And also as well, and I've always said this to him, just his bass guitar alone, I've never seen anyone with this particular bass guitar, because like Paul McCartney, his sort of trademark bass was that violin Hofner bass, which he had in the Beatles, and he still uses it now on his live tours. And that, if you see that bass, you immediately more or less think of Paul McCartney. Now Alan uses it's a Fender Precision bass, but it's the Fender Precision Light. It's a slightly smaller neck, and I've never seen it. And it's got a brown sunburst in there. Even
so there's a different sound.
It's not a different. Not as such. It's a very versatile bass, but the look of it. It's just, you go, what bass is that? And it's a Fender, but it's not a Fender that you'd usually see. And again, I've never seen anyone with this particular bass. And I said, that's your Hofner bass. That's like your equivalent. And that's part of your image. That's part of of your stage presence. And he kind of went, oh yeah, I see what you mean there, not so. And he took it as a compliment, which it obviously was. But yeah, the chemistry's right. Everyone's sort, if we don't agree on something, then we won't start bickering about it. We'll go, okay, we'll try this in a different way, or we'll do something else. And no one will walk away kind of go.
I mean, the thing is, as well, talking about Alan's bass, it's battery active.
Yeah.
So you put a battery in it, and it's a booster. And when it's to a PA, a rig, it's like, you hear it there. And getting back to Spinal Tap, I'm the manager with the bat.
Yeah. and I haven't exploded yet on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have one very real complaint, and I keep making this complaint every time we have Joe and Colin on the show, which is they haven't made it here to Arizona yet. I haven't seen them live yet. And I have to tell you that one of the reasons I keep extending my life is that I'm waiting to get to see Joe Symes and the Loving Kind on stage. I am just waiting.
We'll get there. Don't worry.
We'll get there.
Have patience.
We might have to take us out in our wheelchairs to see you, but
have faith. We will.
If you happen to be in Great Britain, if you happen to be in, hey, go and find out how great they are, and then reach out to me at my website or on Facebook or whatever, and tell me how great they are.
What we can do, Ken, is we can send over 3 cardboard cutouts of cartoons and put them on stage for you.
like in the new video?
Like in the video, or just like that.
Yeah.
Won't be the same.
Oh, gosh.
And folks, we talked a little earlier about hidden tracks, and I know we're going to have something for you to listen to, right, Monica? Yes. But it won't be from this new album yet, because that's the secret one.
Yes.
We don't even know the name yet. But
when you put it on, it'll go like the Beatles cartoon.
Oh gosh, I love you guys. Unfortunately, we're running out of time now, though, and it's always a wonderful pleasure to talk with both of you and say hi to Alan. Yeah. And you guys have become really friends as well as people that we admire greatly.
You consider them friends?
Yes.
I consider
so.
I consider them family.
We're friends with
Oh,
They're like the nephews.
okay.
Hey Ken, how's your breakfast in the morning, mate? Do you make a good pot of tea or what? I hope the bed's been made for us, mate. I can't be sleeping down on the floor or on a bit of a blanket.
Foam mattress.
Oh gosh, my jaws hurt from laughing so much. I love it.
But also, we don't do them blow up beds as well, mate. Because someone's gonna blow a bell, they might get a pin stuck on it in the night. And you know,
Right.
you know where that pin might go.
Yeah. Or speed.
Listen, guys, please check.
We'll find someplace for you, okay?
Yes.
And just throw Colin in the dog shed outside.
Guys are bad.
Throw Colin in the dog shed and throw Al in the street and Al at the double bed.
That's right.
I tell you, folks, once you get these British family.
There's a story about that. Right, we were playing a gig in Glasgow in Scotland. Right, listen to this. And we were up till like 5 and 6 in the morning drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So went back to the hotel room, and there was a double bed there. And me and him had to share the room. He had to sleep on the floor with a towel.
He took the double bed because I thought, I'm not sharing a double bed.
You made him sleep on the floor.
I slept
Are you going to pretend he was your brother?
I woke up in the morning, I was all lovely and warm, and he was on the floor like that. With a
By
towel.
choice. I wasn't prepared to share the bed on that night. I wasn't in the mood.
Okay, we'll have
So
to
he used to sleep on the floor, you know what I mean?
when they come
See how mean he is?
visit, they get separate beds.
Yeah. Put me in the king size one and just throw them in the street.
Oh, my jaws hurt.
Unfortunately, we do have to stop, but folks, really, hey, they are this much fun. They are this lovely. And you do want to visit their website. You do want to listen to their music. And hey, you may even want to wear one of their T-shirts. You never know.
That's right.
We hope so. We hope so. Come and get a t-shirt.
Well, now I have to go out and get another T-shirt, I think. Okay, but I'm excited right now as we say goodbye to Colin and Joe to present you with a bit of their music so you can see why they are so well loved by so many. So, guys, take care. Come back and get that album or give us a peek of it. And in the meantime, folks, enjoy this.
We'll be back.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Ta-da. Ta-da.
All right.
Great.
That's done.
It still shows you recording, Monica.
I know. I'm going to have to shut it off another way.
Okay. Yeah, but that's done, and I got to go have my lunch.
Okay. Hey, guys, thank you so much. It was wonderful seeing both of you again.
It's always a pleasure.
Holidays.
Bye-bye.
And you as well. Have a good Christmas.
Have a good Christmas, and we'll see you soon. And the album's on its way to you when it's done.
Yes.
Okay, sounds great. Don't work too hard. Have some fun, too.
We will keep you informed on what's been going on.
I don't know what that is. Fun. Get the album done quick.
Done.
So,
Funny. Okay, let's see.
We're done now, we are. So, right, we'll log off now. Monica, we'll speak to you soon, okay?
Okay, sounds good, guys. Take care.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Ta-ta.